All right, we got actual names emerged, and it appears to be down to two groups for ownership of the Seattle Seahawks. Apparently, my effort to crowdsource $10 billion with all you guys and go in 50-50s or splitsies on the team failed. But let's talk about what the impacts are going to be here of having this down to two, what the price range, just all the boring details of how you fill 10 minutes between now and the start of the Seahawks season. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another episode of Seahawks Digest, the show that just feels like $10 billion is monopoly made-up money, given that a lot of us are paycheck to paycheck. But I'm not here for anarchy and revolutions. I am here to talk to you about this headline. Two groups emerge from a pack to effort to buy the Seahawks. The process has been somewhat vague and mysterious, and there's been speculation more than actual answers. And even at one point in this process, this went from like Schefter and company tweeting that this is going to be a runaway like this is going to $11 billion, even record setting, to then just being like, okay, maybe not as many people as we planned on getting in on this because this is a crazy price to pay. And so we wind up with, like I said, finally getting names. The deadline was a couple of days ago as of us recording this. And so we get two groups, one led by the Celtics minority owner and former two dudes from the Celtics. I am awful with names, and there is a lot of pronunciations in Adita Mittal and Grusbeck and Vinod Koshla, and I am sorry for butchering all of those names, but you get what I'm saying. So, group from the Celtics, group from the 49ers, and a mysterious Seahawks player. So let's break that all down. Before we get to that, we're going to talk real quick to you about Prize Picks. They're a sponsor for this video, America's #1 sportsbook app. Best way to get in on the action. And right now, if you want to get in on the action, use the code DIGEST. They'll give you $50 when you play your first $5 in lineups. Okay. Two groups, one of which has a mysterious Seahawks player. Who do you think the Seahawks player is? I have no idea. And I would like to hilariously think that like it's Brian Bosworth or something like that, and we're going to get a little sizzle with one of our, like the way that Magic Johnson was in on that ownership group, and you're like, this with the Lakers, you're like, this is comedy. I would love to see the Boz strutting around. No idea. I mean, is it going to be Russell Wilson already coming back, putting Danger Russ Subway sandwiches all over the stadium? Drop a comment on who you think could be the mysterious ownership, this mysterious Seahawk linked to the ownership group. Apologies, stumbling over my words, trying to pull up this. This is what I'm saying. The article kind of confirmed that the market had been a little less gung-ho, but I guess really, truly, it only requires one person to pay for something to be able to get that price. I think it is incredibly interesting to see these ownership groups emerging that are linked directly with sports. We're seeing this happen, I think, more and more across the sports ecosystem, if you want to call it, that there is a definite understanding that sports teams are no longer like eccentric side things that people own when it's like, hey, you've got $1 billion. What do you do? I'm by the Cowboys. I'm an oil man. I'm Jared Jones. Instead, now it's like it's private equity and massive groups being like, okay, this is an ever appreciating asset that's going to just keep going up and up and up. And so at $10 billion for the Seahawks now, it wouldn't surprise me if in 15 years they are sold for $12 billion or 15. But like, so I came on here a month or two ago saying I don't really care who buys the team, given that this is a twofold sale. Like the Allen family or the Allen estate has to select an owner, and then also that owner has to be approved by the NFL. So happy to hear from you guys if you have some concern on this, because you definitely pushed back a little bit in the comment section at the time saying, no, owners can meddle. You don't want them. I don't see how you would sell, given that the Allen estate has said that they want to sell and that they've telegraphed this out for quite a bit, but they're not like cash strapped, oh my gosh, we've got to get out of a bunch of bad debt and sell it. Like, this is not a liquidate grandma's estate so that we can help, get out from under some debt kind of thing. This is, we're going to take our time and we're going to do this right. So I don't see either of these groups, to me, screaming of red flags, saying, oh my gosh, they're going to run this into the ground. They're going to mess this up. They're going to do something crazy and get all frugal or get all their hands up in the gunk. I guess if you want to find the negatives, the Paul George trade for Jaylen Brown seems really stupid. So maybe the pair that is linked to the Celtics, we should be like, yo, dog, if you are willing to do that, we would be worried that you're going to come in here and make a bunch of dumb trades. That's me being sarcastic and somewhat hyperbolic. And because I guess the other thing I would say is if Koshla comes in, he's going to tank the Seahawks intentionally because he has loyalties to the Niners. And again, that's where I'm at a point personally where I'm bringing you the news, and I like either of these groups. I don't really see a lose here. I like that these are people that are in on sports. I guess if I had to pick one, I would lean towards Koshla just because the proximity of just, if I'm already giving someone the nod of hey, you're around sports, you own a sports team, you're ready to go for this, why not already have it be somebody who has been in on an NFL team, and so that there really is no learning curve, and that, being around the Niners, there's a lot of proximity to the Seahawks, so you have a pretty front row view to the success that John Schneider, Mike Macdonald, et al. Have had in the last couple of years. So I guess I would 60-40, 51-49 in favor of me voting Koshla. It's not my decision. It's Monopoly money. I don't have a say on this, but just relaying to you how my gut is feeling, that I would be down to have somebody who, billionaire, already in on an NFL team, be able to just be like, hey man, basically this is him going from renting a house to buying a house. So he's already seen the market. He knows and understands it all and just wants to finally get in on the action. So I'm down for that. As always, curious what you guys think. Drop a comment. From everything I read in these articles, it sounds like this process is going to go from these two down to the one, probably by the end of the month, so that this could all be settled up. Money in escrow, keys handed over before the season gets underway. I think that is fantastic for everybody to just be able to put this behind them and not have these questions going into the season. Like I said, curious your thoughts. Drop a comment. Let me know. Before we get out of here, got to say thank you again to Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Best way to get in on the action. And right now, if you want to get in on the action as a new user, you can use the code DIGEST, DIGEST, when you are signing up, and Prize Picks will hook you up with $50 when you play your first $5 in lineups. If you are a returning user, no worries. Prize Picks got great things going on for you as well. They got Taco Tuesdays all Tuesday, every Tuesday. Use your Taco Tuesdays opportunities to get discounted projections from Prize Picks. You can also use Flex Fridays to close out your week, your Flex Friday boost to boost your payouts by up to 40%. Again, that's code DIGEST, DIGEST, when you are signing up. Thank you to Prize Picks for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for sticking in all offseason, as there has been, honestly, not that much to talk about, but I still appreciate you guys listening. Nonetheless, like, subscribe, follow, comment, share. Till next time, we'll talk to you soon.